Rocky Renwick says Field was detained during a traffic stop when the vehicle was stopped, or if the driver had been cited. And he was told the Times he and his fiancée had left the wedding and were approached by officers. And while officers questioned his fiancée, he got on his cell phone. And says he was arrested in retaliation for recording that encounter. DA George Gascon says he's aware of the arrest and has the utmost confidence in Joseph. Steve Gregory, Kfi News.
Prosecutors in Colorado say they will reconsider the 110-year sentence for a trucker convicted in a crash that killed 4 people in 2019. More than 4.5 million people have signed a petition calling for leniency. The driver said the brakes of his semi-tractor trailer failed when he was going 85 miles an hour. And the American treasure that is Dolly is adding to her worldly accomplishment.
Singer, songwriter, actor, author, literacy advocate, and funder of a COVID-19 vaccine, Dolly Parton has even bested her own Guinness World Records. Guinness officials say the 75-year-old country music star broke 3 records recently. Parton now holds the title for most decades, 7 on the U.S. Top Country Songs chart by a female artist. She's also got the most #1 hits on the chart by a female artist with 25 tunes. And Dolly had a record earlier this year with the most hits ever on the country chart, but that was broken by her with another hit released in October. Michael Crozier, KFI News.
I don't know if we love your drive on the East LA interchange.
Boy, Dolly rocks. Thanks for the music here, guys. Good morning to you, and thank you for letting us ride along with you as always here. Yesterday we had a look at the East LA interchange, and it is fully in the East LA interchange mode, that's for sure. But the good news, there's no terrible crashes to warn you about. Everything going through there is just kind of slow, but you'll be okay. Now, back to the problems of the morning here. We just flew over the San Bernardino freeway, the 10 drive, coming out of the Covina. It is definitely slow getting through the 605, no question about it, coming away from the mall area. But from the 605 all the way to the 710 to the I-5, it's in wonderful shape. So is the West 60, by the way. Same thing, 605, 710. Now, the reason I tell you all this, again, if you just joined us, there's a fatal crash, a westbound 210, just past Santa Anita, in between Santa Anita and Baldwin. For the longest time, about an hour and a half, had all lanes shut down here this morning. The 2 right lanes have been open now for about half an hour, 45 minutes. Now, we're coming up on the 210, 605 interchange right now, and yeah, everything still stops right at the 605. So tough going until you get past Santa Anita. After that, you're okay. If you're in Arcadia right now, if you need the West 210, definitely get on at Baldwin or Michelin or Rosemead, and you've had the problems on your way. Another update on this coming up. Don't go away. Injured in an accident, visit Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Jeff KFI in the sky.
LeBron James scored 34 points. Russell Westbrook put up 22. It wasn't nearly enough to overcome the Phoenix Suns. Final score, Suns 108, Lakers 90. Here's LeBron James.
They are at full strength, and we're not.
The Clippers are at the Sacramento Kings trying to break a 3-game losing streak. Kickoff set for 7, live on 70 LA Sports. I'm Wayne Redford, KFI Sports.
If you still not refinance your mortgage, well, soon you might miss out on these once-in-a-lifetime rates. To take advantage of a new fast-track loan with an unbelievable low rate of 2.25 rate and APR with no closing costs on a 15-year fixed loan. That's right, no points, no fees. Hi, I'm Lester Hogan with Lennox Financial, a trusted lender for over 20 years. Even if you refinanced in the last year, we still probably save you money. Whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we can do them all with no closing.
Hey, Josh.
2.25 rate and APR won't last long, and our new fast-track loan process can get it done in record time. The call today, 844-425-3669. That's 844-425-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind.
Licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender. Visit us at LenoxHomeLoans.com or call for other restrictions.
Chris Abbey. Torso.
SoCal weather from KFI. We've got a mostly cloudy day ahead. There's a slight chance of showers this afternoon, but a better chance of rain starts tomorrow and lasts all the way through the Christmas weekend. Highs will just be in the 50s and 60s. We leave locals live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
Let me tell you about Sunday.
Alright.
Sunday, you can sell your own fast with no repairs, no hassle of showings, realtors, cleaning, or making upgrades. Sunday, they are the best, right? And they have free no obligation cash offer. So you can visit your property, do 3D walkthrough, and the package all the property details up, send it to thousands of local investors. And then over the next week, the average homeowner receives 12 offers on their property. So there's a big war going on this property. It's quick and easy. And if it closes in as quick as 10 days, that means you can be out before Christmas. Maybe go up to Boise, Idaho, right? By a huge ranch up there. You may also be eligible for a $10,000 cash. So let's phone them up. 825 offer. 825 offer, or the website is sundae.com. SUNDAE.com. Send California licensed real estate broker bureau license number 020-88298.
Want a new set of wheels without spending hours at car dealerships? Download the Roto app. That's RODO. You can browse thousands of vehicles from your phone, buy a car in minutes, and even have it delivered. Plus, Roto finds every discount available, so you know you're always getting the best price, with no hidden fees. Listen, if you're ready to buy a car, make it easy on yourself and go with Roto. Download the Roto app now or check out roto.com. That's Roto.
Tiara. Oh, wait, hold.
Are you in need of new tires? Buy 4 Cooper tires and score up to 4 free LA Kings tickets. Find out how and at which locations you can score this deal by visiting lakings.com/Cooper tires. Tired of theft and vandalism at your commercial property? Proactively protect your business with advanced video security. At Bay Alarm, we keep our eyes on what you prize. Go to bayalarm.com to get protected today. ACO 880-128. There's red, blue, and then there's you. You're a free thinker and believe that best idea should win no matter whose idea that is. At KFI AM 640, we give you all the news you need and a variety of opinions. You make up your own. Behold and live, local, and independent. KFI AM 640 is made for independent thinkers like you.
No, George.
Good morning, Bill Gamble here on Wednesday morning, December 22. Come Saturday, we've got the big one. Well, for you folks, not necessarily for me. But even if it were for me, I don't celebrate big fight. Birthdays, anniversaries. No. My house, you know what Hanukkah gifts on it? What? We shake hands.
Isn't that how, so, I think this is true. Isn't that how you celebrate your anniversary?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Lord. What's funny than that? I mean, the gifts come during the year. You know, when I see something at, the dollar store, that's a great gift for Marjorie or the kids. So it's like, I'm a gift giver throughout the year. George Gaston is L.A. County's district attorney. Todd Spitzer, my friend, is Orange County's district attorney. They could not be more different. Matter of fact, I think they're different species because they're that different. Todd is a genuine prosecutor. I mean, he believes in prosecution. George Gaston is more of a defense attorney than he is a prosecutor, even though he was elected the chief prosecutor of L.A. County. So he's done some things that are crazy. First of all, he refuses to charge anybody under 18 as an adult. Doesn't matter how heinous the crime is. If you commit a crime at 17 years and 8 months, and you kill 400 people with an axe, you're charged as a juvenile. I mean, that's how crazy it is. Well, there is now a new program. I'll point in here because he's all over the criminal justice system. And there is a diversion program that he has initiated, and it is going to spare offenders from criminal charges. Not the issue of charging them as adults or perpetrators. It's if you're under 17. This one is if you committed a crime, and it could be a serious crime. Now not murder or sexual assault or those crimes or any kind of crime with a gun. But in virtually all the other crimes, and some of it's crazy. For example, let's say you rob with a gun, but no shots are fired. You're eligible for this particular diversion program. And Wayne, we're going to take a break and then come back, and we're going to get into the minutia of it and explain how crazy our DA is. But I want to point out that, first of all, he is nuts. Two, he's got a point. Not so much with this diversion program. I'll tell you, I know Wayne's giving me the look.
Well, I want to wait and hear what point you think he has before I pass judgment.
Okay.
But, any point, and this isn't my side eye is not at you. It's that I've listened to Jack Stone so much, I haven't really heard him make a good point.
He doesn't necessarily make this point, but his defenders make this point, and they have a point.
Waiting to hear it.
As a matter of fact, I have uttered this point. Let's take a break. We'll come back and do more. But first, let's check in with Jennifer Jones. Wait.
President Biden is hopeful his Build Back Better bill will get passed. He insists that he can get something done with Senator Joe Manchin, the only holdout who said over the weekend he will be a no vote. The Country Music Association is looking in how to diversify and expand its audience. New study shows 6 in 10 adults tune in and listen to country music at least monthly, but that drops to 5 in 10 when the group is narrowed to non-white listeners. And the first Matrix movie in 18 years will be on the big screen today. It brings back Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss as Neo and Trinity, but in this 4th installment of the sci-fi franchise, the two heroes don't remember each other or their past. We got your drive on the 210 again with Kfi in the sky next.
If you own a business and manage to keep 5 or more people on the payroll through the pandemic, there's a new government program that will pay you tens of thousands of dollars per employee. And this is not a loan. This is a grant. The challenge is getting your hands on this money. This is a bureaucracy. InnovationRefunds.com cuts through the red tape, helps you get the cash. They do all of the legwork. They don't charge a penny until you receive the money, and what they do is simply share a percentage of the money they get for you. They got my business a 6-figure refund. Now, their average client gets $250,000. That's impressive. Go to InnovationRefunds.com, click on the Qualify Me button, answer a few questions. InnovationRefunds.com, it's no risk, and it certainly is high reward. InnovationRefunds.com, they help me, I'm sure they can help you. InnovationRefunds.com.
Hurry into Mattress Firm's year-end sale. Get a king bed for a queen price, or a queen bed for a twin price, and save up to $500 on select mattresses from Sealy, Sturdo, Sleepy's, and more. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying purchase.
SoCal weather from KFI. We got a mostly cloudy day ahead. Slight chance of showers this evening, and highs will just be in the 50s and 60s. This report is brought to you by Mattress Firm. We're checking that drive on the 210 again.
That's hardly a drive at all. Now, before we even do that, I must tell you, if you just joined us now, starting your drive, most of our freeways are in pretty good shape. But definitely the 210 coming through Arcadia is the big problem, even the 605. Now, here we go. West 210 in between Santa Anita and Baldwin, right outside the track. Was all lanes shut down early this morning. It created this backup, but hasn't changed much, except now the 2 right lanes are at least open, but that's the carpool 2 left blocks, so half the freeway shut down. It is still backed up, barely starting to inch along, maybe a little bit starting to move from the 605. And even if you get off the West 210 and go south 605, There's a problem at Live Oak that still has the right lane blocked there. Now, here's the good news to this report. If you make that move, come off the West 210, go south 605, past Live Oak, it's wide open. And then go West 10 all the way to the 710. That whole stretch is wide open. Little slow getting to the North 5 up to the 134 if you want to use that as an alternative. That'll get you through. Now, other than that, again, things are looking pretty good. We went down to 605 earlier, just a little slow approaching the 5. Even in the North 5, 605 up to East LA, looking good. Injured in an accident, visit Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Jeff Boss, Kfi in the sky.
This report is sponsored by Grocery Outlet. With the holidays right around the corner, don't let rising prices get you down. Stop by your local grocery outlet and save big on all your holiday needs, including last-minute gifts like apparel, toys, and clippers. Thanks for calling Toyota. This is Jan.
Hey, Jan, Toyota's on. Is it on?
It is. Now's the time to find year-end deals on Camry, RAV4, the all-new Tundra, and more.
Great. You know what this means?
But you can save big on our most popular models.
Totally. But also, it's officially the holidays. Fire up the chestnuts, kids!
I'm not sure I follow.
People are drinking pumpkin spice coffee during summer. Radio stations blast holiday playlists in October. Time truly has lost all meaning.
So you base your family's holiday schedule around Toyotathon?
Bingo. Toyotathon comes around like clockwork. How else do we know it's time to celebrate?
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Now, if I can only figure out when to take down the lights.
Toyotathon is on. Stop by a participating dealer today.
Dealer inventory varies. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 3rd. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota. Let's go places.
Starting May 3rd, 2023, you may need a real ID to board domestic flights. And there's never been a better time to apply than right now. It's no secret, we're all ready to start traveling again. From family reunions to romantic vacations or a getaway with friends, Real ID is your ticket to fly. There's no need to wait. Visit CaliforniaRealID.org today to start the application and be ready to go wheels up whenever you want. DMV Online, ready when you are.
We have a lot to celebrate this holiday season, but COVID-19 hasn't gone away. So let's make sure to keep our celebration safer by following these tips. Get vaccinated to protect loved ones, and get a booster to keep your immunity strong. Wear a mask in all public indoor settings, and if possible, keep gatherings small, short, and outdoors if you're uncertain of everyone's vaccination status. Bring on the cheer safely this year. Find a vaccine near you at myturn.ca.gov. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
It's easy to take life for granted, but a serious accident that injures you can really change the trajectory of your life, and it happens in an instant. Sweet James accident attorneys know firsthand how unjust and unfair the legal system is to victims of accidents, and that's why their army of winning and passionate attorneys fight for thousands of injured accident victims every day to ensure that they get the medical treatment they need, get help with their car, and settle the most amount of money possible. You don't want to take it on alone. In fact, an independent study revealed that the average person got over 3 times the money with the right attorney than without. Insurance companies say they're on your side, but they're not. If you're ever hurt in an accident, call Sweet James at 800-500-5200, 800-500-5200, or sweetjames.com. Contractor license 1047781.
This is Ken Goodrich of Gettle, and I want you to save money and save your heating and cooling system. A heat pump is basically just an air conditioner running backwards. Instead of pumping cold air into the home and air outdoors like it does in the summer, a heat pump reverses that process during the winter. But that means your air conditioner is running round the clock 365 days a year. And with heat pumps, big, expensive problems begin as small, affordable problems that were ignored for way too long. Routine maintenance will keep your heat pump happily doing its job long after everyone else's has laid down and died. Let Gettle rejuvenate your heat pump, and it will say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you 24 hours a day. Just $129. No one knows heat pumps like Gettle. GOE, TPL, and keep you cool for the part of the Call right now, okay?
iHeartRadio is #1 for music, radio, and podcasting all in one app, where you can always hear your favorite podcasts free. Now it's time to celebrate those podcasts at our 2022 iHeartRadio Podcast Awards on January 13th. Vote for your favorites. iHeartPodcastAwards.com.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial, auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
Some people are defective and unfixable. You think arson would be a pretty big deal. They don't consider that a serious or violent crime.
I've never understood why people get upset if we have a lot of people in jail.
They think that that's a terrible life and a waste. Well, they are wastes.
John and Ken, weekdays at 2.
Hey, you want to help them? Why?
On KFI.
It's Christmas time again. It's such a nice to you all year. And good morning, Bill Hamill here. As we continue with the show on a Wednesday morning, December 22. I brought Wayne in for this because Wayne is our criminal justice guy here, having been in the criminal justice system, both as an employee of the federal government and as a defendant in several cases. False. False. Okay, there's a lawsuit right there. George Gascon, our DA in L.A. County, has started a new diversion program sparing young offenders from any criminal charges at all after they've committed, I would say, a pretty serious crime, like robbing you at gunpoint, but no shots were fired. No, just to be clear, off the table for this diversion program is murder, rape, or any offense in which a gun was used or someone was seriously injured. Got it. But robbing you with a knife, with pepper spray, I don't know what he's going to do. God forbid somebody robs somebody with a hand grenade. Yeah, that's true. So I misspoke a little bit. You're right. But that's all that's off the table. Yeah. So lots of stuff is on the table that probably shouldn't be. All right. So before we get into, he has a point. Okay. Can't wait to hear what. Yeah. Let's talk about what it is and why it doesn't make a lot of sense and why it's just ridiculous on its face. And you have been in sentencing of federal defendants for there's a diversion type. They don't call it really diversion, but there is a similar thing at federal level, and the state laws within diversion programs for drug offenders. But drug offenders, the personal use under an ounce, on and on and on. So let's talk about this. Well, this is the Restorative Enhanced Diversion for Youth program, and it will allow a minor to be diverted from criminal charges. There are two conditions. One, the minor has to take responsibility for their crime, so they can't be denying that they did anything wrong. And number two, the victim has to agree. Right. And now, this may sound like, at least he is considering the wishes of the victim. Except, certain kinds of cases here will result in pressure on the victim. Who wants to be victimized by a crime and then experience pressure to agree to let the person who victimized you go free with no criminal charges? So that's one aspect of it. There'll have to be a face-to-face meeting with the victim. They'll call them restorative justice conferences. So you're looking at the person across the table who committed... Sorry, I put a knife to your throat and took your purse, lady. I know you were scared out of your mind that you were going to die. I'm so sorry. Yeah, the only way I would ever talk to a perpetrator if he or she committed a crime against me is through a glass wall with a telephone on each side of the wall. Then I'll talk. They're already in custody. Oh, yeah. And I got to talk through that barrier thing. You know, the way you pick up the phone? The other thing about this program is that this is more symbolic and messaging than it is practical. Yeah. Because there will be 3 separate outside agencies that will take the person, if they're approved for diversion, and figure out a program for them. Right now, the capabilities across all 3 of these agencies combined is about 36 cases a month. So you're not going to be able to divert that many people right now. Of course not. He is simply continuing to send his message to the, quote, reformers that he is here to destroy the prosecutor's office in Los Angeles County.
Now, I want to make a point here. This is at the judge's prerogative, and it's done case by case. I don't think it's all the version is done by understand. What I'm saying is, and his defense is, but the judge has the final say. So at least there is some control. I don't know how many judges would
And the
agree.
DA, under marching orders from Gaston, says, yes, judge, do it. We want you to do it. We're the prosecutors, and we want you to do it. Not many judges are going to say no. Also, though, again, my point being, not many judges are ever going to have to make this decision because there's very few cases they can send. This is more about Gaston continuing to make a statement that he is anything but he's a prosecutor who hates prosecutors.
100%. So now, you want to know the defense? Giving you one more shot.
I'd like to know what you think his good point is. And what the good point of this is,
It's not a good point. It's the other way around. Okay? And that is his argument that the system that we have now doesn't work. And we've got to do something else. Now, whether you agree with something else the way he's doing it, but you have to agree that our criminal justice system does not work. There are too many people being put into prison. The recidivism rate is very high. Now, the number of prisoners that are actually in prison is that's because of court orders and propositions that we have passed. So it's an arbitrary figure. It really is. But is there another way? Yeah, I think. I just don't know the other way. See, that's one of those. This is just fodder in the pornography case. You know that you know it when you see it. Yeah, and that's exactly the case here. You know they see it, but I don't know what that's the problem. And the thing is, it's never going to be proven is this. Don't set the propositions that have been passed in recent years have worked. Have made things better in terms of crime? No, not at all. We have no prisoners and everything else. This is a continuation of their philosophy. I think that the main problem with this program, and the problem with the version for certain kinds of defendants, first of all, the thing about the too many people in prison, that can be solved like that. Get rid of the drugs, you stop sending people to prison simply because they're involved in drugs, either using them, possessing them, or selling them who want to buy them. That takes care of prison overcrowding and people going to prison. The problem here is sexual battery, misdemeanor sexual battery. Felony sexual crimes are not eligible here, but misdemeanor sexual battery, how would you like to be the victim of a misdemeanor sexual battery? And then you be pressured to let the perpetrator against you go to diversion, and then you have to sit down with them. And before it's the process now, and here's my main objection, that Gaston does all about the criminal. 100% helping the criminal, which I'm very open to. There's a lot of people who get through the
dear.
We're talking about that truck driver who got 110 years.
Yeah, but that's still outlandish.
But this is now the
I'm here.
criminal. And that to me is a big key step.
Yeah, he's done some things that are rather stunning. It doesn't matter how heinous the crime is, if you're under 18, by a day,
You will never be, no matter what you do. He's terrible. At least he is clear about what he's trying to do. And I want to say one last thing about him.
Yeah, we have to go.
He's stupid. And I mean, he is not a smart man. He's a dumb man. This is one of the biggest criminal justice systems in the country, LA County. We should have a DA, whatever their philosophy is, he should be super, super bright. And deeply, deeply knowledgeable about the law. And I don't get the impression this guy is. This guy's a pure politician.
All right.
This, sir,